What up, y'all?
Hello.
Welcome to Country Revival. Today is our education session. We're going to educate you. We're going to play with our new tools, too. We got some microphones. Love Christmas. Love Christmas. All right. How it goes, everybody? Today, we're going to go into a lot of stuff about the Venezuela, the ties with the USA, China, Russia, a couple of things about like legitimacy of the law, how things are going, kind of go into it a little bit there for you. You want to say hello? We're going to start doing it with you a little bit more frequently now.
I guess so. I guess that's what we're doing.
Did you just want to come on? What made you want to join? Everyone out there, it's great. It's great. More and more people are going to come out and start talking. It's going to be a wonderful thing. Quick one. First thing, I want to get this out of the way. New York. Oh, they're having a conniption right now.
The protests that they're having against what the U.S. did in Venezuela. And then there's Venezuelans who are happy as shit about it. Not the protest. There's Venezuelans standing up and being like, why are you protesting this? This is a good thing.
Why do you want to support Maduro coming back into our governments? We hated Maduro. What are you thinking? You got people coming out and celebrating on the streets, literally in tears. I seen this one gentleman, he has a kid, and he's like, oh my gosh, I get to go home to my home country and show my child. And it's like, that broke my heart. Could you imagine? He was Americans. Oh!
And then they were raising their kid over in Spain.
Yep.
We're just like, we're so happy we can finally take her and show her Venezuela.
And their one dream, the child's one dream, was to go back to Venezuela, to their home country. Ah!
Absolutely beautiful.
You Americans don't understand.
No.
I'm an American. I didn't understand. I'm over here like, oh, I've traveled and done all kinds of things. No, I've just lived through a couple of different crazy things. We live close to a couple of circumstances ourselves that are intense and crazy. Like the Navajo Nation doesn't have any
fuzzies.
water. I have fuzzies. I always have the fuzzies.
You always had the fuzzy in the mustache.
And no second takes. No second takes. All right. So we're on 3 minutes. We're going to go into a couple of factors. I'm going to let her explain a couple of details about the United States and Article 2 with the presidential powers and all of that crap. We're going to let her go into a couple of small things, and then I'll cut in here and there.
Yeah, the Article 2 with the presidential powers regarding what the president can and cannot do. The foreign... I can't speak today.
Oh, it's okay. Don't be nervous. So the foreign relation treaties, those guys, they appoint officials, they grant pardons, they ensure laws. They basically allow us to...
Hold on. With the treaties and the foreign relations, it has to go through the Senate first. The president can't just go do it. He has to have permission from the Senate to do it. Also, to appoint officials, he can grant pardons, of course, and he ensures that the laws are faithfully executed, which, of course, includes the legislative process, his veto, and him standing up in front of us and giving the State of the Union. That's
my fellow Americans. I stand here before you today. Yeah, you know, the State of the Union.
Yeah. And then, of course, another one that I want to go into is the Monroe Doctrine, and that's it was declared in 1823 by President James Monroe. It's essentially a warning to Eastern powers to not colonize or interfere with independent nations of the Western Hemisphere.
It's quite entertaining because we're speaking about hemispheres and things like that. And we're talking China, we're talking Russia, we're talking Iran, we're talking Venezuela's not part of that part of the world. You got your map on you real quick?
Of course.
I love it. We're going to have to hurry real quick because we're going to run out of time.
Oh, we still got 5 minutes.
Going on YouTube.
So,
Okay, let's take a peek real quick. If we're looking, these are the United States over here, and Canada, and all of this. And so we have these guys over here. This is our hemisphere right over here. These guys have no fucking business messing with any of our structures, what the Monroe Doctrine essentially talks about. So China and Russia and Iran. We've got Russia, we have China, and we have Iran. Now, these guys are using Venezuela as a foothold into our country. They could come over and essentially mess with the things that we have in our hemisphere, which is protected by the Monroe Doctrine. There is an extradition contract that was with the agreement. It was a treaty in 1922, I believe, with Venezuela, where we're allowed to go and pick up people from Venezuela that have broken our American laws. And if you go back into the Biden era, he even had a bounty on Maduro's head for $25 million. So that was the all of that stuff going on in Venezuela. So all we essentially did in Venezuela is our Coast Guard and our American law enforcement, not military, law enforcement. It was protected by the military, but we went in and we captured Maduro in a 3-minute period. 3 fucking minutes is all it took. But what they're doing is they're essentially taking Venezuelan oil and they're shipping it in these shadow fleets of the oil tankers back and forth from Russia, China, and Iran. And what's really interesting is we have this gigantic fleet surrounding Venezuela now, and they were preventing them from sending the oil tankers out. And then we even grabbed up 2 of their oil tankers, and that prevented these guys from getting findings of money. If you're noticing, Iran is struggling like a motherfucker with their people and their protests because I think they're losing power because they're losing money. And it's a big sign with the money because the foundation of cash flow that is in Iran right now dropped so low that it's like working for a sliver of gold for an entire like month or something like that. It's horrible. You can't even afford dinner to feed your family because the government's been spending it in nuclear foundations. They've been spending it in war times, and they've been sending it to the Al-Qaeda regime, to the Al-Qajar regime. They've been sending it all over freaking Saudi Arabia and shit like that to fund the ISIS people.
Am I good with the map?
Yeah, you can put that map away now.
Okay.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Oil is not sanctioned from Venezuela, and it's going to China and Russia and Iran. And they're even training troops. Remember we were talking about the Martini Island not too long ago? Training troops. Yeah, that was fucking crazy. It's quite interesting if you look into Maduro and the cartel and China. Watch some of Maduro's videos. Chinese officials are always really close behind, and they can fund the dictatorships, and they can send people all over to America to put the conflict in between all of us American people to separate us from the inside is basically the idea. Anything else? I know, I'm happy.
I think we're good.
If anybody has any questions, we got a whiteboard. We wrote it all down. We've got it all signified and ready to go. So we are actually doing a lot of investigative research into this stuff. You can see that all of this is really interesting because I'm going to go really shortly. If you look into all of this, it goes into a lot of deep state stuff in the United States. A lot of foundational money is paying for people in the United States. Hence the Somalian fraud that the Democrats are receiving finances from. And we love you.